Ready to leadership corner, Meg?
You know it.
All right. Here's one I think that many people are going to relate to. I got laid off almost 2 years ago. 20 plus years in my field, a strong track record, what I thought was a solid reputation. But I've been applying, networking, taking every coffee anyone will give me, and nothing has stuck. What do you do when you've done all the right things and the market just keeps moving past you?
Oof, you're right. There's a lot of people that are going to feel this one deeply. I have been there myself, actually. So I will say, first off, God, I'm sorry this happened to you. This is a really, really big, crappy thing to experience. And your 20 years of experience suggests to me that also you may be hitting some age discrimination in addition to the potential market dynamics that we're all starting to feel right now. So, first, a little bit of reminder: you are not your work. This is not a reflection on your skills or abilities, and you're not alone by any stretch of the imagination. But that doesn't make anything better. So, a couple things that I tend to like to recommend to people that are in the in between space. And it does sound like you're employing a lot of the tried and true mechanisms to finding another job. I do strongly recommend that you get a unemployed buddy to work with you and to collaborate with you for no other reason than to support each other through this journey. Finding one of those is probably something that most people have a pretty good path towards, but if not, I would definitely start there. The second thing I would recommend is a little counterintuitive, but I would encourage you to invest in something that you have full agency and control over, whether that is a skill you want to build or a hobby you want to take up or some cause that is near and dear to your heart. Because keeping your heart well adjusted and your energy up really, really matters, especially for a sustained period of time. But I encourage you to do something that doesn't incur a lot of cost, that does require time because you have time, and is something that will feel good for the accomplishment and the progress that you're going to make. So for me, those were usually fitness goals, but I've known people to pick up instruments or languages or a lot of different types of hobbies, ones that you can sustain and that you can also improve on. Because I think one of the biggest challenges of in-between space and unstructured time is that lack of sense of achieving anything that we get used to in the world of work. And then the last thing comes into the envelope of looking for alternative things that you can apply your talents for towards making money, whether that is to sort of bridge a financial gap or to make the time go better. So for a lot of people, sometimes there is no full-time hiring, but maybe there's contractor hiring, or maybe there is some type of fractional or subdividing things that you know how to do that might be marketable in this time. So a little bit of gig economy work to not only keep your skills fresh, but also to find a way to bring in some funds while you bridge a longer period of time than you maybe had hoped for. And I think it's good when you do that to keep tabs with yourself about, are some of the things that you're spending your time on things that you might enjoy more than what you had originally planned on for your next phase of career? Or are they just bridge things? Sometimes you will find you start doing things for one reason and end up continuing to do them for others. One of the last bits is consider volunteering. There's usually needs within your community that you can be contributing, even if you're not able to make a living doing it, but you could be contributing, and whether that is at a food bank or something local, but getting involved with people and causes in your community that need volunteers, I think is another great way to help your energy fill your time, and open up new networks that your traditional coffees are not opening up right now.
Hmm.
What about you, Amy?
Yeah, I got a couple thoughts. First off, I think it's so important to have a story. You need a story, and that is going to be important in terms of building up your energy and keeping you from getting depressed. So, your story is, what is it you're working on? What is it that you're doing with your time? What is it that's getting you excited about things? But that story, you need it again for your soul, but you need it for networking. And the harsh reality is that you need to network as hard as it is, and you need to expand your network. And it's really hard to network and to expand your network when you feel less than you have ever felt. And so that's why you need to build up your confidence. You need to have something that you are excited to talk about. That's so important. The other thing that I think it requires a little bit of self-reflection as well is looking at the work that you used to do and what that work looks like today. Is it possible that that job doesn't really exist anymore, or that maybe it's very rare in the form that you used to know it? And so you need to look at, like, well, what are the pieces of the job that are still in demand that you really like, that you're really good at? And are there adjacencies to your old job where those tasks and skills are abundant perhaps? Or perhaps you can find some, consulting or contracting work to just do those things to support different functions. So, that's going to take a lot of kind of reflection and analysis. That's really important in today's age, is to do a little bit of a breakdown in terms of what you were good at, what you did, and then apply that to where things are going today. Anything else, Meg?
That pretty much covers it. We wish you luck, that's for sure.
Well, that was a fantastic episode. I adore Maria. She's just the real deal.
I just can't help but reflect that Maria just manages to say the quiet part out loud. It's really important that we have more people do this. And specifically, her asking the question, am I the right leader to lead the business at this phase? Is this job the right job for me? This is the part that I think really has people shaken a little bit. And I think she role modeled beautifully how to come out the other side of that stronger, not to get stuck in the self-doubt, but to use that moment to ask yourself a different question. Where is the gap between where I am today and what the business needs, and how do I fill that gap? That role modeling was just amazing to see in real time. So
Yeah.
we thank you, Maria, for coming, but that was tremendous.
I'm so glad I asked that question.
That's right. Once again, Amy always asking
The
the
question
best
was
questions.
basically, how are you? But
Yeah,
no,
all the best questions.
never
Yeah.
mind.
And with that, I am so grateful to everyone for supporting us. And we encourage you to tell a friend, because we're trying to grow our audience. Let's invent the future together, everyone. I believe in us.
Let's make every day count.